The beginning of Markelle Fultz's career can be summarized in one word: confusing. Coming out of the University of Washington and entering the NBA draft, Markelle Fultz was seen as a complete player, a player that can be effective and efficient from each spot off the floor, which is the three-point line, the mid-range area, and just getting to the rim. And he showed the potential to be a good playmaker. And on top of that, he had the physical intangibles of being 6'4" with a 6'9" wingspan, which gives you the potential to be a lockdown defender, especially at the point guard position. And these are some of the reasons why he was the clear-cut #1 prospect in his draft, and the reasons why the Philadelphia 76ers selected him #1. They saw him as the perfect fit for their team, the perfect player to fit next to Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons as a ball-handling scorer, because we know that Ben Simmons can't create his own shot, he couldn't shoot, can't hit free throws. So they selected Markelle Fultz to fit that need. But as we all know, that didn't come to fruition. And I'm not even gonna go over the whole injury problem and things of that nature, because it's been documented, televised, almost everywhere, even on YouTube, since it first happened. So I won't be telling you anything that you don't already know. So we're gonna fast forward to him getting traded to the Orlando Magic. Now, when this trade initially happened, I expected the 76ers to actually keep Markelle and just hope that he develops into the player that we all expected. But when the trade happened and I saw the trade partner that they was involved with, I was very intrigued that the Magic made this move, because they don't have a guard for the future, let alone a point guard. Because right now, they have the lights of DJ Augustine and Michael Carter-Williams running their point guard position, which firmly puts them at the bottom, if not the worst in the league, of the depth chart of point guards. But having someone like Markelle Fultz on your roster now, you have the potential point guard of your future on your team now, and you basically gave up nothing to get him. And with the NBA being a point guard driven league, you need a dominant point guard to lead you into being a contending team. And we've seen the potential of Markelle Fultz being a dominant player, not only in college but in the limited NBA game action that he had. Take into account, yes, he struggled shooting, but he showed the flashes of being really good at getting to the rim. He showed the flashes of being a really good defender. He showed the flashes of being a good passer, especially in transition or off the pick and roll. He has intangibles of being a very good player. He's only 20 years old. You can't write him off right now. And I think the change of scenery moving from Philly to Orlando will be beneficial for him. He doesn't have to deal with the pressures of playing for a contending team. Orlando's a playoff team right now, but they're not contending for a championship. It's expected they might get swept out the first round. He doesn't have the national attention on him anymore from medias like ESPN or FS1, because nowadays you type in Markelle Fultz's name in Google, you type in his name on YouTube, you barely find anything new anymore, because he's not under that national scrutiny. But when it all comes down to it, he has to work on that jump shot. That jump shot has to be revived or something like that. Because again, in college, he was a good shooter. Even in the summer league, he was a good shooter. And the injury just derailed his shooting ability. I do think he can be an effective player with a limited jump shot. As I said before, he can get to the rim, good defender, good passer, very athletic. He'll be good in transition, but for him to fulfill his full potential, that jumper has to come back. But let's just say he does make improvements to the jumper, and next season he's healthy, he's ready to go, and he's inserted into the lineup. The Magic will probably be back in the playoffs next year again, because they will have that point guard production that they would need, and it will make them one of the biggest teams height-wise and length-wise in the league. Markelle Fultz at the point guard, 6'4" with a 6'9" wingspan. Evan Fournier is a big 2 guard. Jonathan Simmons is a giant. Aaron Gordon is a decently sized power forward. And Vucevic and Bamba depends on if Orlando resigns Vucevic. But even if they do or if they don't, there's size, length everywhere on that team. But it does depend on Markelle though. Depends on if he's completely healthy. Nobody knows that. It depends on his shooting ability. Nobody's going to know that until the beginning of next season. I don't expect him to return in the playoffs. He's going to come back next season, and the Magic will be a team to look out for. It's like getting a draft pick. It is, because Markelle basically didn't play his first 2 seasons. Let's just take all of that out of our memory. He didn't play. He wasn't healthy the whole time. He gets to Orlando. Hopefully he's healthy. He hasn't played for the Magic yet. You're bringing a young player in. Bamba had a stress fracture. Didn't have a really good rookie season. You bring him back. It's like having 2 new draft picks, and plus you go to get another one. They don't have a lottery pick because they made the playoffs, but they don't have that great of a record. They will get a draft pick right outside the lottery. So it's like bringing in 3 draft picks into the fold. But if you enjoyed this video, show it and hit the like button. We're on a journey to 100 subscribers. And if you want to be on that journey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. This has been Money Mack.